garden project this week is clearing weeds out of the garden, just cleaning up the garden. So to bait my trap for the spring, I'm gonna set up this little nook box. Let me show you. Hey you guys, I have not seen any activity in my beehive in a while. So I thought they made it through the cold spell. I fed them, but I really haven't gotten into the hive and checked on them other than feeding them. And yeah, I'm just afraid that they've died out because I haven't seen any coming and going in just the last couple days. So I'm gonna get in there and feed them, and this time I'm gonna check them and see what I can see. I hope they're not dead. I think they are, you guys. All right, let's do this. My brother-in-law built me this beautiful top bar hive. I love it. It's, as you can see, it's a top bar, but it's really a hybrid because the top part has room for 2 honey boxes on top. But I've never gotten to use it because I've never been able to fill up the bottom completely with bees. So that's a little frustrating. Okay, we have capped honey dripping. Looks like they had plenty of food. More honey. I forgot my knife. Bees. Just a couple. Empty comb. Oh, you guys, I think they're died out. They died out. All right, guys, I'm gonna set up this little nook box for springtime. I really don't think I will get a swarm this year because I think the bees have knocked back so much. Usually when bees swarm, they're crowded and they've grown out, and then half of the bees leave with the old queen and it starts anew with a new queen. So I don't think there's going to be many hives this year that are full up this spring and ready to swarm. So we'll see, but might as well set it, right? So this hive has lots of dead bees in it, and I'm gonna empty it out and hopefully some bees will move in. I'm also gonna put a lemongrass lure. So it has a little wick going down in the bottle. I'll fix that up with essential oil, lemongrass essential oil, and stick that in there, and we'll hope for the best. We'll see. Well, if we do get a swarm, then they can just move right in here and start filling with honey. Look at that beautiful comb. What a difference a day makes. I was so discouraged the other day. It's been a few days since I found out my hive was dead. But look, you guys, we have some interest. Definite interest. Now these could be robber bees robbing out this little nuke of the last leftovers of honey, although there was really not any honey in it, so we'll see. Or they could be checking it out for a potential home for a swarm. It's definitely getting some interest. I'll keep you posted. Just like on the bee front, we also had some losses on the rabbit front. So that was really frustrating. It's just been a roller coaster of emotions because I just found out that one of my rabbits was a winner in a Houston show. And so I'm breeding winning rabbits. But then I lost one of my best breeders. So that's been hard. She succumbed to the cuniculi parasite, and it's a parasite on rabbits that can cause eye problems, kidney disease, and it attacks the nervous system. It also is called wry neck, and it's just really one of those frustrating things that affects rabbits that's really hard to treat and hard to prevent. But there is new hope. Look at those babies, you guys. Yay. Thank you, Mama. We needed a win. Thank you, Papa. On the garden front, we are planting tomatoes. I'm so excited about this variety. It's called Garden Candy. And then on the other side of the trellis, I'm going to put Sunrise Bumblebee. And this is the first bed when you first come out in the garden, so my son will be able to run out and snack on the garden candy, these cherry tomatoes. First, you'll see that I pinched off all the lower branches and just left the top on there. And then I am going to dig a hole really deep so that when I put the tomato plant in, all along the stem there, it's going to grow roots for me. So that tomato plant's going to be really strong and vital and make some good garden candy for us. Now, what do I put down in that tomato planting hole? I put eggshells crushed for my chicken eggs. And then I also put fertilizer, a handful of fertilizer. I'm using meal frass from my mealworm bin, but you can use any good tomato fertilizer. I always plant my tomatoes early and then I protect them from a possible freeze. It's really important. We have such a short growing season here in Dallas, Texas, that it's really important to protect them till we might have a freeze. Last possible freeze date is April 15th, about the middle of April. So yeah, that's what I do to get them started with a good root system so that we'll be able to get those tomato blooms and those tomatoes will set before it gets too hot here in Texas. What we're getting out of the garden is lots of kale, lots of leafy greens. This is where it really pays off to cover your garden during the winter, and then in spring it just bursts with growth. I've got lots of different kinds of kale here. I've got purple moon kale, I've got Latino kale or dinosaur kale, and that variety right there is called Mars Landing kale, and it's really got a really nice texture. It's not as tough as other types of kale. So I'll put links in the description for those. I like to remove the ribs from my kale and then give it a good chop. Meanwhile, I've got cauliflower roasting in the oven. It really brings out the flavor of cauliflower to roast it. I didn't really like cauliflower before I started this, but I really like that. Yum. What I've got in the pan here is onion, carrots, celery, and some stems from bok choy from the garden. And these are the leaves from the bok choy. I like to add those. And then here's that wonderful kale. Yum. It cooks down pretty quickly. And then add that cauliflower with that wonderful roasted taste. Of course, salt and pepper. And then I add quinoa. I love the nutty flavor of it and the extra protein that it adds to the dish. You could use rice also, but I like quinoa best. Then grilled chicken. And my secret ingredient is yellow curry. I really like the different flavor profiles it gives this. And that's dinner. Yum. All right, you guys, we have got the wood and we've got the posts straightened. I'll show you. And I'm about to pour concrete for the first time in my life, and I have no idea what I'm doing, but I read the instructions and it's not rocket science, right? So I can do this. Okay, I can shovel some out. I don't think I can lift it, but I can shovel some out. To make it lighter, right? Getting my free homesteading workout. That's good. I'll pour it in there. Look at this, you guys. We jammed on the fence Saturday. This part I definitely learned I could not do by myself. I would need like 2 other pairs of arms at least to hold this part and to put the level on it and to screw it also. So my wonderful knight in baseball cap and jeans helped me. So that was really, really sweet of him. So look at this. So we just have this section done. Just this one section. That's okay. One step at a time to victory. We still have to do something about the corner here to make it mesh with the other fence. Not sure what we're gonna do there. We're still thinking about it, but we're closer to goats, you guys. And I am working on the next hole because I'm needing to make these posts level again. This is a homestead victory. What kind of victories are you experiencing on your homestead?